All right. You said something about evolution. And considering that was 30 years ago.
The show, yeah.
Yeah, show. Gender roles, which interestingly were a little different because again, Gina was the working woman and stuff like that.
Gina didn't really cook.
She didn't really cook because that was the issue because Martin's mama was the cook and Gina didn't cook. So what the gender roles look like, how have things evolved from the early 90s? And now imagine Gina and Martin with social media. What do you think?
Oh God.
Transition look like? Or what do you think Martin and Gina would look like in 2024 with social media?
What's so interesting, Brian, is that I think all of our so in the 90s, 80s, early 2000s even, I think traditional gender roles were a thing.
Yeah.
Right. But what is so interesting, if you really think back on all of our top sitcoms, none of those women leaned into those hard like that.
Mm-mm.
I think the closest example we have, of course, is Florida Evans.
Yeah.
And then Harriet Winslow.
Yeah.
Say what you want to say about Family Matters, but she was still a career woman. But
Yeah,
you saw her cook.
Yeah.
But you didn't see her like busting her hands doing laundry and cleaning the house. She was just the cook of the family.
Yeah.
But outside of it, like Clara Huxtable, like she made it very clear to Elvin a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, like this is an equal partnership. We saw Heathcliff cook and we saw her cook, living single. Even when Sinclair got married, she was more focused on her acting career.
Mm-hmm. You see more career women.
You saw more career partnerships, even in those times, right? Even Whitley, when she lost her job, we saw her cooking more, but she was still. And I think that was probably more where Wayne wanted that. Dwayne, he wanted that, you know. But Whitley was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? But so anyway, it was interesting. So it's hard to kind of say where Gina and Martin would be today or reflecting on the evolution, because I don't think TV gave us, outside of the few examples I just gave, real those clear examples of gender roles. I think they were implied but not visually realized. Because even light-skinned Viv, the one who didn't work, she wasn't cooking and cleaning.
No, she wasn't.
They had a whole butler. Number one.
And the first one, she was a whole attorney, professor.
She was a whole professor. Yeah. So, the other thing, though, is that while Martin clowned Gina for not cooking, I think it was one of the things to where, you don't cook, but that ain't why I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? So
they was definitely,
Interestingly enough, right, it wasn't, and again, we saw Gina, I think it was a few episodes, we saw them, tidying up. But first of all, their apartment wasn't ever nasty. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the show ever gave us opportunity in some regard. Even if we come earlier in the Today of Things, one of the most recent shows, Blackish.
Mm-hmm.
Rainbow Johnson went around, Rainbow cooked, and they joked about her cooking sometimes too, but we didn't see it. I think Girlfriends, maybe with Maya, the most traditional gender role, but as they evolved as a couple, divorced, got back together, they evolved into more of a partnership model too. So I think television has always, whether it was intentional or not, kind of showed us that gender roles are whatever you want them to be.
Yeah.
I also grew up in the house where my mom did all of the cooking, but my dad does, to this day, does all of the laundry. Mm-hmm. And as a family, I didn't ever see my mom bust her back cleaning because she made us. She made us clean. And in the Today of Things, my mom does clean, but my dad ain't no trifling dude. He picks up behind himself. He'll make the bed. These are stuff I say. And my dad not only does laundry, he folds it, puts it up. You know what I'm saying? So I never saw these strong. My mom ain't never took out no trash. I know that much. Because when he went there, I was there. But I don't know that that's a gender role per se of it's just kind of more traditional thinking. But I seen my mama pump her own gas, not in my dad's presence. And when I was younger, she would do it. And when I got older, I always did it for her. But I don't know. I grew up with even my grandmother. My grandmother is 98, only had 2 children. Why over her age, right? I've always seen personally gender roles that were out of the box. So when you talk about the evolution of Martin, I think it's aligned with my lived experience. I think it's aligned with what we pretty much saw on TV. And then today, I think with social media, I think Martin would be, the character Martin would be crazy.
Yeah.
I really think he would be a big influencer, depending, or maybe not. Maybe he would be like Arsenio Hall like had his moment when he finally made it, and because nighttime shows and daytime shows, unless you Oprah them, they went forever.
Yeah.
So I would be interested to see. We know where Gina might be, CEO of Starbucks or something at this point. Martin, I don't know.
So other than the humor, and I think I have my answer. We're gonna wrap this up pretty quickly. Other than the humor and the intimacy, what is one takeaway that you would say from their relationship that you admired?
One thing from their relationship?
Yeah.
Other than the humor.
Yeah.
From their relationship.
Yeah. I have one.
I don't know that I have any other. Well, let me hear yours because I can't think of one.
My only thing is, maybe to a fault, Gina always supported Martin. Even though she was, I'm not saying better, but clearly came from a different background, had a more of a thriving career. She always supported Martin, like in terms of like, you can do this.
You can make it.
You can be. She looked at the potential of Martin and was kind of like, you can, like, I'm here. I support you. She held the nigga accountable all the time, like in terms of like, you ain't about to do blah 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 blah. But it was always like, if you want to do the radio station, you want to follow another career, do that. You want to go.
She was always there.
She was there.
When they bought the haunted house,
she supported him. You want to go. You want to go to Hollywood, and she supported him. And kind of goes to, I hate this term, like submission, like biblical submission and support submission to me. Like, even though he wasn't the smartest person, didn't always have the his vision was interesting, and she clearly made way more than him and doing better. She always was like, "This is my man, my man. I'm gonna support him." When she could have been like, "Nah," like but I feel like he supported her too, but not as to the level.
Much.
No.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a takeaway because it was hard.
I don't totally disagree with that.
Yeah.
I think my only thing is that I just be tired of women falling in love with potential.
Yeah.
And that was another thing with, and again, like, you love I'm not here to question what you love and like, but I think at some point, sometimes that support comes to a fault. Like, at what point do we support our partner, but then also be like, this is dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you bought that house, this is dumb.
This is a dumb idea.
This is dumb.
Yeah.
Like the restaurant thing. I think both of them were just kind of naive of what it would take to run a restaurant.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the support of his vision and dream.
Yeah.
Even going to LA, like, I think she told him, like, I don't know, but she did it anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that. Like, but I think to me, Gina did but I give Martin a little credit in the show because, like I said, even though he tried to negotiate her salary because of the dynamic, but he was like, nah, if I got to go down here and get your job back, I'll go down here and do it. You know what I'm saying? So some of the rationale behind that was skewed.
Yeah.
But the fact that he like, I'm going to get you what you need. And the silliness came in when he started asking for personal stuff. But like, she need weekends off. She needs to, like, no overtime. No, like, so it was not only getting her what she wanted, but also protecting everything. That speaks to an intentional partner.
Yeah.
Everything she had been complaining about.
Yeah.
Right. He was intentional about getting those demands met for her because he knew that was important.
Which I'm not going to do is I'm not going to keep.
Right.
Because she has come home to me, and I'm having to deal with and pick up these pieces.
And while I'm coming to y'all out of frustration, I want to go back. I want to get out this house because cabin fever is a thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if she come back, this is how she got to come back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, like, I think there was levels of support that I could admire and appreciate from him.
Other than that,
it was a bumpy road.
It was a
bumpy road. But Martin was a great show. As we close out, Brian, what are your thoughts about just really quickly the reimagining of the show as a dramedy?
I like it. I think it's a great idea.
You think it's going to be a hit like Bel Air?
I think it has the potential to be a hit like Bel Air.
Okay.
Because it's nostalgia. And I think if they do it how Bel Air has been doing it, Bel Air is its own show, but it's also the same show. Like, they're giving us the things that we need, but they're also pulling out.
You finished it, right?
No,
because I was going to say something about this season finale, but I ain't going to say it now.
No, hopefully we finish it pretty soon. But they put certain lines and Easter eggs in there that give us the nostalgia, but also it's its own show. they use the framework of the original show, but it's still its own show, right? Which I really appreciate, and it's relevant. So I feel like a Martin 2024 or 2025, whatever they do it, I think it can be relevant. It can be impactful. It will give us a different, especially if they do it from the vantage point of Pam, trying to find love and stuff like that, and reimagining Gina and Martin's relationship, all that kind of stuff, as well as a 2024 version of their relationship.
Is Aunt Pam gonna be the AR executive, or is she gonna still be in marketing and PR?
I hope she is. I just hope she's successful. I just hope that she is like what she was on the show. She's a successful businesswoman, and because I said in 2020, like that's usually the argument these days. I can't find a man that's on my level.
Right. But I hope they don't lean into that trope, like she becomes the bitter black,
like I can't
lonely, desperate. F these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. And I hope her pursuit of love is out of her desire to be loved, and not this social construct that women without marriage is like you're stained if you're not in a relationship, right?
I think one great parallel is my Molly from Insecure.
Molly after therapy though.
Yeah.
Because Molly was very much that girl I just described. Yeah. Searching high and low for a dude. Just trying to find something. But it wasn't until she met Asian Bae where I think she started getting more root, and she started taking therapy seriously. So if we can pick Pam up at that attitude, yes. Yeah. Because Molly still desired a relationship. Yeah. But she navigated it so much differently after those moments.
Yeah, it was I'm trying to find a husband. No, I'm trying to find a partner or a partner I love.
And I'm also not, and then it shifted from I'm also not thirsty for it either. Yeah. Like when she met Sterling K. Brown character, so, and then even the Jay Dinner. So you want to leave a toothbrush? You want to be here? You were like, she was like all over the place. Yeah. And when she got with Asian Bae and beyond, she was much more go with the flow. Let's see how this develops. Let's see how this grows. I'm successful. You're successful. Accountable. Like, you know what I'm saying? That kind of, I want, if that's what we see the journey with Pam, I'm with it. If it's her scratching and surviving to get a man, no. I ain't got to see that. No.
Okay. All right, well, it was a great conversation. Listeners, let us know how you feel about Martin and Gina. Let us know how you think about a potential rebooting of the show. We would love to hear that information.
So, based on the 3 love letter episodes we've done Insecure, we've done Dwayne and Whitley, now we've done them. How would you rank them in terms of couple goals?
I think Lawrence and Issa is number 1 because they were together.
Or healthy relationships.
I feel like Issa and Lawrence is number, and for as healthy, because they realized that they weren't what they should be for each other. Left, got themselves together, and potentially gave it another shot, and realized even then I'm coming back with my non-negotiables. I'm coming back with my baggage. We're talking about it. We're communicating about it.
My stepmama.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so they came back, but they came back together with they came back better. Yeah. Let me say that. Came back better, more mature, emotionally mature, financially mature. They came back as a better person. Dwayne and Whitley.
I will go them two, number 2 as well.
Yeah, even though they had some weird relationship dynamics, I feel like they're much better than Pam and Gina. Not Gina and Martin.
And for me, and we can end it. And I love that we can just add to this list and rearrange it as we do more of these. Yeah. But the reason why Dwayne and Whitley bumps up only because it's not an excuse, but they were legit college students. Yeah, they got married right after they graduated. Yeah. I remember I got married. Yeah. So 22, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're navigating the world. Like, you're literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of that. Now, Dwayne has some things, and I stand on everything I said about that. Go find that episode. It was with our, did we do a guest for that one? I know we had our girls were sufficiently black for the East and Lawrence joint.
I remember.
But the Dwayne and Willie episode, go back and listen to that joint. Yeah. And you'll hear why we feel the way we feel. But I agree with that ranking 100%.